So, Paul, this is actually the 6th episode of this little mini series I've started. It's called 15 Minutes with Owen. Started during quarantine, just as something to, keep myself busy, connect with authors that either I've read their books or I'm going to read their books, or maybe we've been communicating over Instagram, and get a face-to-face communication, and also mainly to provide value for the audience that I've built in the last 9 months or so. Your quick background on you: you're the co-founder and CEO of Dubai's hottest hospitality business called Solutions Leisure. It's an award-winning business. I've never been to one of your functions, but I see through Instagram that they look quite fun, and I'll have to make a trip out there one day.
Number one destination to open one of our outlets is New York. So if you can't come to us, Owen, we'll come to you.
Well, maybe I could represent that venue.
That's 2021. We'll have a venue in America, no doubt about it. It's on my bucket list to do.
I love it. And then obviously you are the best-selling author of When I Woke Up.
Yeah, crazy, eh?
Book that we will get into shortly. But let me start this timer. We're going to go for 15 minutes to respect your time, and got a handful of questions, and we'll go from there. All right. So early in the book, we learned that, towards, I guess, the first quarter into the book, we learned that you take on a finance job. You kind of go into this corporate life, and it's a lucrative position for you, but it's extremely stressful. It's obviously, there's no quality of life. You're not enjoying yourself, but the money's coming in. My niche kind of target area, or even the people that resonate with my content the most, are in between about 20 to 35 years old. I'm curious to ask you, someone who's trying to make the decision between going for that security job, the job that has the security, has the high wage, versus kind of pursuing something more aligned with their passion and something that may be higher risk, low security, but probably will fill their heart more.
Look, I think I had a quality of life. Don't get me wrong. I love to work, and working for GE was an incredible experience. But it did push me in a direction of arrogance, in a direction of stepping over people to get what I wanted. And it's like a tank of piranhas, if you don't bite somebody, somebody's going to bite you. And so you bite everybody to make sure you don't get bit. Back then, that's what I wanted to do. But, if I could give advice to a 25-year-old, 26-year-old today, asking that very question, chase my heart or chase my bank account, chase your heart. Find something that you absolutely fucking adore. And then you're not working. Then you are doing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for weeks and months on end. And it's not work. I've not worked a day in my life since I left that job at GE. I absolutely adore what I do. And I work 100 hours a week, 120 hours a week. If I'm awake, I'm working, traditionally working. I'm not working. I'm doing what I absolutely love. So, there is no decision on that front. For me, there is no decision. We can all sit there and chase the rat reel and the rat wheel. I just, where I am today and the person I am, and any advice, and I have a lot of younger people that I advise and guide, pick what you love, because then you'll be good. If you love it, you'll be good at it. And if you're good at it, you'll be successful at it. And then what happens is the money becomes a byproduct of doing something you love. And then you got both.
Got it. That's amazing advice. I appreciate that.
Took me a long time to learn that, though.
Yeah, I bet.
I wish somebody had told me that when I was 15.
I bet. I know. This is, I'm 24, so I'm trying to gather all this information of people that gain the knowledge down the road, and I could try to put it into my life today.
God, if only I could be 24.
Yeah, I know. So if someone were to pick up this book, at the bookstore, a friend passes their way, they've never heard of Paul Evans, they've never heard of When I Woke Up, what is the number one takeaway or kind of pitch that you want to tell them that you'll gain from your book, from your story?
Number one, it's hard. You see, I'm not a bookseller. I think what I've learned from writing that book, and what I gain as listening to other people that have picked up and have read it, that adversity is a great thing. It might not feel it at the time, but you can't enjoy the highs of anything unless you've enjoyed the low. And, I've seen some incredible lows in my life. And what I learned as I got past each one of them was to absolutely embrace them, grab hold of them, say thank you to them, whatever they may be, no matter how hard they feel at the time. They're giving you something. They're there for a purpose. When I curled into a ball as a 13-year-old and got kicked and booted, and I was so embarrassed that I'd rolled up into a ball and I'd quit. As much as that hurt me, that made me never quit again. So I think that if you want to understand what it takes to be happy, to be successful, to be all of that stuff, I walk you through that process with a series of wake-up calls that I learned through my own experience. I'm not Tony Robbins. I don't stand on stage and make people feel amazing. But I go through real life experiences of how the stuff I've learned can help individuals use certain mantras and certain ideas and certain philosophies that will get them through. So I think that is the main message, that, embrace the tough days, because the dark days make the good days taste better. They really do.
Yeah, I agree with that. Already in my short life, I've had a lot of glimpses of that, but that's great advice. And you'll definitely capture that in the book.
Yeah, and a few funny stories.
Yes, absolutely. So just quickly, I brought it up to you earlier before. We talked about it over at DM. And so the goal right now is to get your business to New York.
Yep.
This is going to be on the big screen as well in New York City in the next 3 years or so.
We were this close to a mini series pre-COVID, 8-part mini series. This close.
Really?
So the second the world wakes up and film crews get busy again and production companies start thinking about what they're going to do, then we'll be pushing When I Woke Up, 8-part mini series, Netflix, Amazon Prime. That's what we want.
That's fantastic. That's amazing. I'm looking forward
to that. I've done too much stupid stuff to fit in a movie. I think we need a bit longer.
You're right. I mean, every wake-up call could be like 2 to 3 episodes if you really want to.
Can you imagine some great actor playing that coma scene?
Yeah.
Because I had to shorten that whole thing down to be one chapter in the book. Right. I can talk about that 3 months that I spent in a coma for days.
Oh my God.
We can do some very cool stuff with that on TV.
Well, you're very descriptive too, as far as, I mean, and I know this is a real thing, how you were able to like extract yourself and envision yourself on the operating table. That in a film would be, I mean, the viewer would be in your shoes by all means, and that's incredible. And that
16 years ago, and I can remember it like it was yesterday. The details, the colors, the smells, the taste, the sound, the temperature, all of it.
Goodness,
all of it.
That's incredible. Wow. So this is your first book, and it's a life story work, and you're not a career writer. At least that's not what your hope is. Will there be any more Paul Evans books in any way? Is that a piece on your bucket list?
We've had a lot of people that have said, look, you stop at Dubai, and now we know you're this incredibly successful CEO of a $150 million business, and you built it in 5 years. Tell us how you did it. Yeah. There's better people than me, Owen, to do that. That's not what I do. If I can experience, and I will, we're going to have a lot of fun. I don't want to write self-help books. That's not my skill set. I life coach, and I mentor a number of individuals. Don't want to put that into a book and start trying to sell get rich quick schemes. No. If I can put together another set of very interesting stories and stuff I've learned from being divorced, a bit of male mental health issues that I had post the divorce, and some real inner challenges that I had, and how I went on to build a business, but not talking about $100 million, talking about the challenges of building a business, talking about all the stuff you've got to know, and not worrying about knowing all the stuff, just getting going. If I can do something like that can encourage people to pick their heart, their dream, not pick the corporate job, then yeah, there'll be a book too. But it won't be how do you become a multi-millionaire, because there's no funny reading that. There's people that are way richer than me that can tell you forever how much more money you can make. Mine was never, ever about making money, ever. Mine was about doing something that I absolutely love And if I love it, I'm going to be good at it. And if I'm good at it, I can sell it to lots of people. If I sell it to lots of people, then I'll get money. And then money can help me live the life that I want to live. I don't care about numbers. I'm not interested in numbers. I care about experience. So yeah, if we can do a book like that, then yeah, that'd be very interesting.
Awesome. That's great. I really like that piece. So you're a business professional. You know, you've outside of finance, you went and you were starting your business near the beach, and now you've moved to Dubai. For again, maybe a 25-year-old or a 30-year-old, from your own experience, what do you think the number one skill in business is kind of circulating today that young professionals should look to master?
People skills.
People skills.
My ability to deal with people is what dyslexia gave me. Dyslexia took away my ability to read and write properly. But what it gave me in absolute turbocharged abundance was my ability to interact, my ability to see if I'm boring you, my ability to see if I'm engaging you, my ability to see if I'm taking you where I want to take you. I have people skills, and I pick people skills over degree every day of the week. I've hired, obviously, I have nearly 800 people work for me today. I try to interview as many of those people as possible, simply because I want to see what their people skills are. We're in the hospitality industry. At the end of the day, people deal with people. You know, product is product. But, you know, as I'm training my 14-year-old son today in the perils and the skills of business, it's people skill. Interact, communicate, look for the signs, look for the signals. What does he want? Why does he want you to say this? Why does he want you to do that? You know, that's the stuff. And that was my genius. That was the thing that I believed I was given as my skill. And I believe it's the most vital ingredients of business on any level, whether it's managing up to your boss, his boss, the next level, or managing down. You know, it's as much of a skill to manage down an organization as it is to manage up an organization. And that would be the number one. And then number two is pretty far away. It's that much more important than anything else, in my opinion.
Okay. No, I mean, from my own experience, I would agree with you, because I'm in a period right now where, you know, the focus is to learn the hard skills, learn the technical work, you know, learn the specialty type of deal. But I'm similar with you. I've always excelled with the interacting, building relationships, people skills, public speaking, all that kind of work. And as I grow, I'm learning that that's almost more valuable, you know, because it's hard to almost teach that.
People want to deal with people they like.
Yeah.
Full stop. If you had 5 million followers and I'd followed your Insta and I'd checked this and I'd checked that, and I didn't like the way you sent me an email to say, come on my podcast, I wouldn't come.
Yeah.
I don't care whether you've got 1 follower or 1 billion. I care what you like to me. How are we? Is this going to be fun? Is he going to be nice? Do I like his stuff? Is he got the right opinion on me? Or am I just a number to him? He's got to get some content. He picks me. Fine, I'll come on, I'll answer some questions and he'll move on. I want to deal with people. You know, you, Book Thinkers, there's a couple of other guys that we've done some cool stuff with. Every one of you is a super cool guy. That's why we're dealing with you. And I just think that the corporate world is it was like that. And then it went off to being completely different. And I think it's starting to come back. I think society is starting to come back. We were pre-COVID, you know, we were not talking to people. We just weren't. We were DMing them, right, or WhatsApping them, or sending them a voice note, because it's much quicker and I don't have to interact. I can just tell you what I want you to do. Yeah. Today we're talking. Yeah, that's people skill, and that for me is a vital ingredient to any successful business.
That's true. I like that a lot. And it's incredible that, you know, everyone's locked up at home, so people are almost more willing to communicate. You know, they're more willing to pick up the phone now, which is weird how, you know, everything's got a blessing in disguise. Obviously, your whole book is a blessing in disguise. You went through hell and back again. You know, the amount of trips you went back and forth from earth to hell is 10 plus. And look at you. I mean, obviously the benefits are what you're reaping now, and that's incredible stuff. So I agree with you. And I hope it continues.
The biggest benefit, Owen, is finally finding inner peace, finding a self-confidence, a self-belief, and a self-satisfaction that you've become somebody that you can look at in a mirror and be proud of who you are. Do the things the right way. I've done things so wrong in my life. So many times I've done it the wrong way to get what I wanted, what I believed to be quicker. And no matter how successful I was, until I found inner peace, until I was able to say thank you to the greater good, and to be humble in what I've been given and what I have, and that's not what I've been given in a cash or a scale or a sizable format. In the skill and the blessing and the people around me and the stuff we've been able to do and the reputation and the people like you talking like that about my book. I mean, wow. So that's the biggest success for me, is inner peace, leaving myself alone, not battering myself every single day. And, you know, I think one of the things I'm trying to teach my two children today is I don't want them to put themselves down on anything. Be realistic, no problem, but don't put yourself down, because it took me probably till I was 38, 39 till I really quite liked myself and I believed in myself and I saw my purpose. So for 30 odd years of my life, I wasn't very happy, irrelevant of what I had around me. That was just stuff. It was just noise. Inner peace is the real success.
That's fantastic. I love that. So I'll leave you with one last question and we'll wrap up to respect your time fully. And you might have hit upon it a couple times, but is there maybe something your father taught you or maybe you picked up along the way? Is there a personal mantra that you kind of possess within you? Something that maybe when you wake up every morning and you're like, you know, it's true to you, it's true to your experience?
I have two.
All right.
I have two things that I live my life by. One is every single day I walk the beach, and irrelevant of where you live, doesn't matter. You can walk Manhattan, doesn't matter. The point is this, that you have a point to point, an A and a B. And at point A, you put your foot on something. I happen to put it on a rock at the end of my beach. Okay. And I say thank you for three things. Thank you for my sons. Thank you for my mother. Thank you for my father. Thank you for my girlfriend. Thank you for the people I work with. Thank you for the interview that I'm going to have today with Owen. Just to stay, thank you. Just to start the day with three things that you're thankful for. They can be anything. They can be your bookshelf. They can be your trainers. They can be the television program that you watched last night. Just start the day with some positivity. Walk the beach, walk back, do three more. So every single day before I even talk to a soul on the planet, I am thankful for six things. I'm not going to have a bad day. And then what do I do with adversity? Because every day can't be a great day. If I'm carrying a problem, whatever that problem may be, obviously COVID has been a challenge that we've had at the moment. All those years' work that seems to be flying down the pan, and we're losing money and we're losing venues and my team are hurting and it's tough. Before I go to bed every night, whatever, if I've had a bad day, I go into the shower and I visualize that problem sitting on my shoulders. And I don't leave the shower until I've washed it off. I don't go to sleep worrying about anything. I can't fix it while I'm asleep. I can get up in the morning, be thankful for the problem because I'm going to solve it. And when I solve it, that's going to put another layer of self-belief, inner peace. So they're the three things I'd advise anybody to do. Start your day with three things that you're thankful for, and end your day washing off anything that's bothering you. Because in the morning, you can pick it up again, no problem. But don't go to sleep with this thing sitting on your shoulder, bothering you. Just visualize it, sit there. The rain, the water's on your shoulder, let it wash it off. And eventually, when it runs down that drain, dry off, go to sleep.
That's awesome. That's unique. That I don't think I've heard too many times.
That was something that I learned a few years ago, and it served as a great purpose for me. It's that visualization, visualize the best version of you is something that I've been very busy with over the years. And I think there's probably been 3 or 4 versions of Paul Evans that have walked this planet. This is the best one of me. What's unwritten about me will be the next version of me, how I even grow and I develop. And I'm still trying to, iron out the tiny little things that I think I can get better at. I'm busy with that all the time. That's who I want to be, that guy.
I love that. That's amazing, Paul. Well, thank you so much. This was incredible. Thank you for putting, being so vulnerable and putting your life in a book for all of us to learn. I mean,
if it helps one solo in, it was worth the pain of me writing it, and it's helped a lot of people. There's no doubt about that.
I love that. That's amazing. Well, Paul, we'll stay in touch. I
Stay
know.
safe, stay good, stay strong.
Yes, you too, and best of luck getting through COVID. I know that you got it. You've been through far worse stuff, and I know you got a great team behind you as well, a support system that will help you through it. And we'll be in touch, man. This is great. We'll definitely talk again.
Anything we can do to help you or your business, just say the word. We love to connect with our friends and our colleagues from around the world. So anything we can do to help you, just
thank you so much. That means a lot. All right, Paul. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.